Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mixed Media Tuesday, and today I'm going for an art journal page. I'm starting by creating a background and I'm just using scraps that I have from previous projects. I'm using this pattern paper here, but you can recreate the same design by using scraps from mainly pattern papers that are very neutral in color, so they are not going to distract what you are planning to do on top. So the process today is a little bit random. I don't have any idea of what focal point I want to stick on top or how I'm going to put together my composition. However, I know that I want to play with new products from All & Create that I have in my stash and I haven't played for a while. So I'm just creating a very generic background that would work for pretty much anything, and then I will go ahead and share my full process. I am sticking everything down with my matte medium glue. You can use rice paper glue, you can use mixed media glue, whatever you have. And if you notice, I do have some bubbles in some areas. I don't really care about that. I don't get too attached with what is happening on my background. You will see at the end, after you stick your focal points, nothing is going to show, no imperfections. So now I am going to play with some white acrylic paint, and I'm doing dry brushing here, just adding some white here and there. This is going to kind of bring everything together, all the little pieces that I placed down. And now I'm going to go ahead and bring in some color. This color can be anything. You can go with pink, you can go with brown, whatever you feel like playing with. I went with distress paint here, and that is Salvaged Patina. And today I'm going to show you the process of how I change my mind or how the project evolves as I work, because I don't always have a blueprint on my mind of what I want to do. So here I'm just having fun trying to see how the background looks. I feel like I have covered pretty much every area that was white previously, so I will go back later on and bring in more white, but for now I want to add more definition, so that's why I'm bringing some black ink, and this is white calligraphy ink. So I'm just going to add some splatters. I get a lot of questions about the splattering, and in order to control them, you need to use a very thin brush. Otherwise, you will end up with big blobs that will go all over the place. So anyway, that is what works for me. Now I'm going to move on to the next step, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I have this stamp set that I used previously, and I absolutely love it because it gives me those lines of stitching, and I know that I will be using it a lot. So I am going to stamp with that. I just chose one of the 4 different patterns, and I'm going to create kind of a border around my pages. I'm using black permanent ink for that, and I absolutely love the stitching on the borders. I so love this stamp set. So anyway, I am happy with how that looks. And another way to add interest on your background instead of using stamps is to use ribbons. And I have here a set by All & Create, and I like these areas with the numbers and the dots. I also like that they are mainly orange and purple, so I want to introduce those colors on my page, and I'm going to use that in random areas. But you know what, I just realized that most of the areas that I have are not white because I pretty much covered everything with blue. That's why I'm going back with my white. And you can see now I have some lighter areas where I can do the ribbons on top, and they are going to show beautifully. So you see how deciding the next step transforms what happened previously. Again, I get a lot of questions of why I cover things up and things like that. The truth is that this is a living organism. The background is alive and it evolves. So depending on what I choose to do as the next step, it really makes sense to me to cover up things or to change them up. So as I always say, I don't get too much attached with my background. I'm just having fun step after step, and if something gets covered up at the end, it's not the end of the world. For me, it still lives in my page, I just don't see it. So I'm super happy with how the background is looking as it is. I'm going to leave that aside for now, and I will bring in some products that I have that I want to use on today's project. So I do have these dies, and this is a collection by All and Create that give you these film strips that I absolutely love. They have those splatters all over the place. And I'm going to share a little bit of the process of how I decide what to use as my focal point. So here I just took the dies out of the packaging and I'm placing them on top of my background, and inspiration just strikes. So I know that all these film strips are perfect areas where you can add, let's say, a butterfly, or you can stamp any image that you want. You can add flowers inside. They're great areas for creating clusters. So I'm just trying to decide which one of those I want to use. And as a next step, then I will decide what I want to have inside those windows. So that's the one that I decided to go with, and probably I will not use the whole 4 dies. I will only use the 3 windows. And then for the inside, I'm thinking that maybe I want to stamp the photograph. Then there is a lovely quote here. And I do have these 3 ladies that I haven't used and I have in my stash from the previous release by All and Create. So probably it's a great idea to just showcase them today and have one of its ladies in each and every one of those windows. So here you can see my thought process. I would normally just cut off these parts of the video and just show you directly stamping and coloring and putting together the cluster. But here you can see I'm debating. Maybe I want to use these stamps. And you know, I absolutely love the Janet Klein collection of flower-eyed girls. And I have here the bundle. There is a new one. But anyway, if you get them in a bundle, then you get all of the images that you can, of course, get them separately if you want. But inside that bundle, you also get photo cards, which are great if you are a collector, because you can collect pretty much every one of those. Look at them. Absolutely love them. Anyway, if you are a fan of collecting things, this is a great one to get. And I don't know what it is with those girls, but I absolutely love them. I have been using them for years and I love pretty much every design. Now, I decided, however, that for today's video, I'm going to go with the other stamps and I'm going to keep this collection probably for sharing with Reels. So stay tuned for that. Now, for today, I'm going with the ladies and I'm going to stamp them on white paper with dye ink, black dye ink, because I'm planning to use my alcohol markers to color them. I am going to mainly focus on coloring the top part of the girl because just that's what is going to show through my film strips. And then from this stamp set, I'm going to stamp the camera and the quote, but you will see I didn't end up using the camera because I totally forgot about it. Anyway, again, I'm telling you, art journaling is a living organism and things can change anytime. I do have a plan on my mind, but things completely change as I go along. So I did use my die cutting machine to cut out my film strip and look how gorgeous it looks. I need to use my poke tool and just poke out those little squares so that I get that film effect. And since I'm planning to use only 3 girls, I'm just going to chop it off. And I think this is where I'm going to place it. And then I will use my alcohol markers to color the ladies, and I'm not going to do the perfect coloring, just really quickly I'm going to add color. And then here they are ready to go. I'm going to place the die on top and then run it through my die cutting machine so that I can have a little rectangle of each one of those ladies that fits inside my film strip. And they do have a white background. You can definitely use your alcohol markers to color the background any color you like. I decided to go with Salvaged Patina and I'm just brushing it from the edges toward the center. I'm not going to do the perfect ink blending. As you can see, I just want to kind of break that white space. And by leaving some white space around the girls, it kind of helps them pop even more, as it adds some highlight around them. Now, before I stick everything together, I'm going to do some stamping on that white space, and I'm going to bring in a stamp set that I used in one of my previous videos, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to go with one of the small circle ones, and again with black archival ink, I'm going to stamp in different areas of the background. This way I add some visual texture on the background, and one stamp is never enough. I always like to mix at least a couple of them to create kind of a stamped cluster. So here I'm just using one with text, and I absolutely love how they look. Now, since I used some stamps from this stamp set on top of the little pictures, I'm going to repeat the same idea on the background. This way I will have a little detail that pretty much matches and brings together all the different elements. So I picked one of the circle stamps again, but this time a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to combine it with the text stamp that I use for doing the stamped clusters on the little pictures. Now I'm thinking that I do have that bold black border for the film strip, but I need to kind of combine it with some black at the background, and I didn't feel like I had enough black. That's why I brought in a stencil, and I'm going to use black texture paste in 3 different areas, not too much, just a little bit here and there. And again, most of it might end up being covered later on, but I don't worry too much about what is going to happen later on. At this stage, I feel like I want to add a little bit of black, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm really happy with how it looks. I can go ahead and put the cluster on top. So I'm starting with a piece of washi tape. I'm going to place it down, then on top I'm adding some glue, and I will add some cheesecloth or medical gauze, whatever you have. I like it because it is always white and thin, so although it adds some texture on the page, it doesn't make it look busy. Now on top of that I'm going to stick my film strip, and then inside each one of those windows I'm going to place the ladies. Now I want to embellish the page a little bit by adding some flowers or some leaves, and I do have this package of ephemera pack with flowers that are all black and white, and I have been using them a lot lately. And I find that they are going to add the perfect embellishment without adding extra busyness, because I'm planning to leave them black and white as they are. So I'm just going to try and decide where everything is going to go before I commit and stick them down. And I never used too much glue on my elements because you see it was very forgiving. I was able to lift that lady and put the flowers underneath. Now I'm sticking down my quote, and I always like to cut the quote, a long strip of quote, in smaller pieces. I also like to outline my quotes with a black thin marker, and that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to bring in my white gel pen and just add some highlights here and there on my colored ladies. And just because I couldn't stop myself, although I thought I would leave the flowers black and white, I decided, why not, let's bring in some of that orange color that I used for coloring their dresses into the center of the flowers. And I think that was a really fun touch because it kind of brings everything together since they do have the same color on top. Now I am going to call this page done. I'm going to finish it off, of course, by adding some white splatters here and there. You can see here some close-up photos. And down below in the description you will find, just like always, a full list of all the supplies that I used along with coupon codes. And always remember, what I show you is what works for me. There is no right or wrong in art journaling, so just have fun. Thank you all for watching.